Hey, what's going on, Who Dat Nation? It is yours truly, TJ Jones, the host of the State of the Saints podcast. And I just wanted to talk a few minutes about the trade deadline. Now, if you have not heard, the New Orleans Saints did not make any trades before the deadline. You know, a lot of people thought that the Saints were going to go out and try to get a wide receiver to go on the other side of Michael Thomas. One name that was coming up was wide receiver A.J. Green of the Cincinnati Bengals. According to sources, the New Orleans Saints did try to reach out to the Bengals and try to get A.J. Green, but the Bengals did not want to budge. And that's no surprise because if you follow the Cincinnati Bengals, you know that their franchise, they do not like trading players. They like to keep their players, and I don't know why. You know, when you think about a player like A.J. Green, a guy who has been with that organization for years, and looking at the state of the Cincinnati Bengals, you would think that that franchise would allow him to go out and try to get with a team that could possibly win a championship, especially since he's on the last year of his contract. You probably want to try to get something for him, but that didn't happen, man. And a lot of people in the Who Dat Nation, they're wondering why didn't the Saints go out and try to get another wide receiver or try to get A.J. Green, even though they tried. Man, the fact of the matter is this, in my own honest opinion, the New Orleans Saints, they need another wide receiver, okay? We love Michael Thomas. What he's doing is outstanding. He is, in my opinion, a candidate for MVP. This guy is just consistent. I mean, he catches everything, no matter if it's Teddy Bridgewater, Drew Brees throwing the ball to him, he catches it. But let's just be honest about this, man. If something was to happen to Michael Thomas, the New Orleans Saints really would be doomed at the wide receiver position. And I'm knocking on wood when I say this. Hopefully nothing ever happens to him. But, I mean, you look at these guys. You look at Austin Carr. I mean, he had like one reception last week. You look at Tre'Quan Smith, a guy who hasn't been on the field in weeks. You look at Keith Kirkwood, who hasn't been on the field. I mean, you look at Ted Ginn Jr., who is outstanding as far as like spreading out the defense and getting separation, but he is not one of the guys that you can call a number one receiver or even a number two, in my opinion. The New Orleans Saints, they need somebody else. And to be honest with you, since you can't get A.J. Green and since the trade deadline is over, I think the New Orleans Saints should try to call up Dez Bryant. I think they should call up Dez Bryant. I think they should try to get him in. Of course, he's going to have to pass a physical to see how he is, see if, he's still dealing with that Achilles. We know a couple months back, Dez Bryant said that he was trying to get right. A lot of people thought that meant that he was just trying to get himself back healthy, mentally and physically. And I think that Dez Bryant is ready because he said that he's going to try to see if he can get back into the league around October, November. So hopefully the Saints can get this man a phone call, man. I don't think that Dez Bryant is the Dez Bryant of old. He's not going to be what he was in his early 20s playing for the Dallas Cowboys. But what he can do, he can catch the football, and he also can be a matchup nightmare, and he has a lot of respect when it comes to the corners and the safeties and the linebackers in the National Football League. So you put him on the other side of Michael Thomas, I really think that you have yourself a dynamic duo. And then you have Tre'Quan Smith coming back. You probably can put him up in a slot, which I feel like he can do his most damage. And you can also have Keith Kirkwood coming back in a couple of weeks. You probably have yourself a formidable wide receiver crew. But New Orleans Saints got to do something. You know, they got to do something because teams are going to start doubling up on Michael Thomas. In some cases, they're even going to be trying to triple up. And I know that Sean Payton is an outstanding play caller. He does a really good job at putting guys in positions to make plays and put guys in positions to win matchups. But teams are going to start zeroing in on some of your elite players, and you want to make sure that you have a guy that you can rely on and depend on. And no disrespect to Austin Carr or any of those other guys. I don't feel like anybody can do a job like Michael Thomas can, and I don't think nobody could do a job like a Dez Bryant could possibly do for your organization. So I would love to hear from you. Who do you think that the Saints need to look at, rather it be Dez Bryant or somebody else that's part of free agency? Also, what do you think the Saints need to do as far as a number two receiver? Comment down below, like and share this video. This has been a State of the Saints podcast. My name, once again, is TJ Jones. And please subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com, search The State of the Saints Podcast. Till next time, all I got to say is, who dat?